Scented candles are kind of like black women in the sense that even a drunk cactus can easily overpower a fully grown ladybug that just passed the math test on how to put on deodorant. This was National Georgiolus, and I hope you find This was National Georgiolus, and I hope that you find your keys before my own onion catches fire.
Uh-oh, I just evaporated.
And speaking of evaporation, today I'm gonna paint this Relicanth. And if you saw my last video, you know exactly how this works. We're gonna roll the dice, and if we land on 1 to 3, we're gonna paint some bonus rocks. If we land on 4 to 6, we're gonna paint some bonus toys. So let's roll this. Okay, 6, we're gonna paint toys. And how many? 1! Oh, it's a short video today. I like it. So because it's only 1 toy we're gonna paint today, I'm gonna go a little crazy and pick one of the bigger ones. So let me just show you what I have. And as you can see, we have quite a few toys down here. So I'm just gonna put this back and pick a random one. Okay, I don't wanna see it. Circling around. Spinning. One last spin. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Picking a random toy. Oh, that's 2. Okay, well I grabbed the dinosaur first, so that's the one we're gonna paint. So before we actually paint Relicanth, I'm gonna do the toy. And I'm just trying to see what kind of dinosaur this is. It says on the stomach what it is. Asperger's, acetonin. What the hell does that say? Hang on, let me just put on my glasses. Sauronipholistus. Oh, never heard of it. Huh, so apparently it's a feathered dinosaur. Yeah, those are definitely feathers. I don't see any feathers on this thing at all. How in the hell did they... Okay, you know what, never mind. I'm gonna try and fix it. Okay, so step number 1 as always is to give it a nice quick base coat of... not white. I want to go with a black color. Or a dark one at least. So let's take 1 drop of black. 1, 2, 3 drops of a light brown. 1 long poop of yellow paint, 1 drop of blue paint, and finally 1 drop of green. And that's how the Powerpuff Girls were made. So we're just gonna mix this together. And there we go. That's a nice color. So the base coat is done, and while it dries, it is time for me to go grocery shopping, because as we all know, girls gotta eat. So I'm gonna head out.
1 hour later.
I'm back, and I have some food, and I am ready to paint this guy. Okay, so I have the problem that this is a feathered dinosaur, but for some reason or another, the manufacturers, they did not add feathers. Maybe it's just so old that they didn't know back then that it had feathers, maybe. I don't know. So we're just gonna take a look at some of the reference photos on Google regardless for this guy, and then just try to match the coloration as good as we can. This is just the first layer. We're gonna go lighter and lighter and lighter. Work our way up. Same with the landscapes. You always want to work your way out. Unless you're a rebel and a menace to society and you want to do things the hard way. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. It actually does have some pretty nice details. considering it's a very old toy. Don't look at my nails.
Yes, I'm a nail biter. There, I said it.
Oh, and shame on you for making me admit it. And we are already out of paint. Alright, whatever. Let's make some new paint. Still need to master the art of dry brushing. I'm still learning and I'm not very good at it. But I'm trying, I'm doing my best. Now it is time to, and I have to be a little bit quiet, so I apologize. It's the middle of the night, and I don't want to wake up my new neighbors. So I'm almost whispering at this point. And you may be thinking, why are you awake at 1 in the morning? Well, actually, I just woke up, so. But hey, that's what happens when you fall asleep early. Alrighty, so let's add the patterns to this guy. So, as you can see, I added some markings. Doesn't look super great right now, but I'll fix it. I promise. But before I do that, I'm just gonna add a few dark brown, almost black lines to these white ones. I keep hearing stuff from my hallway. I don't like that at all. And I'm just gonna ignore it. Seriously, do you hear that, or is it just me? I'm gonna be quiet. And of course now there's nothing. Must be going crazy. so the majority of the pattern is finished on this guy. And I just want to give him a quick black wash to bring out all the indentations. And then after that, I might need to do one last dry brush session. But he's almost done. So let me just do the black wash. Oh! That was not me. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Oh, I didn't think that would work that well. Wow. Oh my god. I'm not even exaggerating right now. Holy, this is so cool. Alrighty, so while the dinosaur is drying off in the background, I am going to paint the Relicanth. But first, I'm gonna try one of these. I've never had them before, but I remember one of my co-workers said last year that this was her favorite chocolate. And I found one today. Well, we don't really have these in my country, so I was like, hey, you know what? Might try one. Oh my god, the scent of peanut butter hits you instantly when you... Oh wow. Now these have been in the fridge for like 10 hours. Not 10 hours. How long? About 7 or 8. Why is this blurry all of a sudden? There we go. Okay, first bite. Oh. You know what? I actually like them. Yeah, the chocolate taste is not too overwhelming. The peanut butter. I like these. Reese's Pieces. Alright, let's paint the stone. Alright, so obviously Relicanth has a lot of these fins that sticks out. So he has 8 fins. Now obviously, this is a stone and I can't add things to it. If I had a Dremel, I could take things away from the stone, but I just have to accept that I can't make all the fins. But that is part of the whole... But that... Stop it. But that is part of the fun when you paint on stones. You just have to accept that sometimes the stone is giving you limitations and you just have to, as Bear Grylls says, adapt, overcome. Adapt, improvise, and overcome. Yes, there we go. I really think that's why I love stone so much. The shape of the stone gives you a huge advantage if you're not very good at coming up with things by your imagination, which I'm not. So that's one thing, but another thing is it really tests you. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. On one hand, the shape of the stone, it helps you. But on the other hand, it can also work against you. So I just have to make a finless Relicanth and do my best. So here we go. And since the stone is already white, we don't need to give it a base coat. We can just go straight in with painting. And friendly tip, don't use a red brush to do this, like I just have, because I'm a freaking newbie. Wow, this is very blue. I'm blue, I'm deep in the Okay, so the stone is dry. I'm gonna get a dry brush this time and make all the marks and paint the head. So here we go. Relax, I'm just gonna sharpen my pencil. So, it's not looking fantastic, but it will, just trust the process. However, I do have a little bit of a hiccup right now, which is that I am red-green colorblind and I'm really struggling to find the right colors for this one. So, I don't know. I'll do some experimentation and eventually I'm probably gonna hit the right color. So somehow I managed to hit the right colors, and I just need to do some final highlights on the white markings here on the head, basically to create some light and shadow work. Then I need to do a black wash, and the last step is some very, and I mean very light dry brushing across the whole thing. So Stay tuned. Alright, the wash is done. Now it just needs to dry.
2 seconds later.
Right, as you can see, the black wash is completely dried. I just need to redo the highlights on the face. Not so much the body, but mainly the head of the Relicanth, because the wash really took out most of the whatchamacallit, the highlights. Yes, sorry, had a brain fart there. So I'm gonna do that now. So it is almost finished, but before I can do the last finishing touches, I just need to do some line work. So we have our fine brush pen here, and let's just dig into it. Okay, so the line work is done. Now I just need to fix some of those mistakes that I made. And the Relicanth is done. Now, as I said before, the likeness is not perfect. But as I said before, these stones, they do have some shapes and indentations and just, what do you call it? Surface areas that go up and down and bumps and little crevices. And it is really difficult sometimes to get the precise likeness compared to, say, a completely flat canvas. What do you think? Let me know down below. Now we still have to finish up our dinosaur toy, and I haven't checked on him yet, but he should be dry. And unless I'm mistaken, the only thing I need is some dry brushing. So let's just get on with it. And the last detail. And it is done. I think that is a vast improvement from what it looked like to begin with. Could it be better? Absolutely. But considering the only figure I've painted was a what is it called? Warhammer figure when I was like 12, I think this turned out pretty good. I'm satisfied.